Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another Last Epoch dev stream. Hello, how's it going? It's me, it's Mike. What's going on? We are hanging out and having some fun. So yeah, some big news today. Contest winner on Veil today. All sorts of cool stuff happening. Stick around, it's gonna be fun. We've got. I apologize if I'm a little hoarse today. I've got something. It's not the something. I know that for sure. um, so yeah, we're just gonna hang out, have some fun. As always, we stream for charity. Charity's above my head right here. All of it goes there. Yeah. Let's get ready. Oh, if you have a question for me, I'll be happy to answer it. Please put at Last Epoch Game in the question in chat. I'll say it again later. Let's have some fun. So today we had a build contest that was focused around three pretty prominent community members and their gaming communities for suggesting a build for us to play on stream. And I have the winner here that I'm playing it right now already. The winner may recognize things a little too much. But yeah, this is the winning build, and we've got some great stuff here. It's a really well put together build. Do I just say who won? I don't even know how. I don't even know how I unveil something like this. I feel like it might already be obvious. This is the Spoonmancer, or the Spoon Rune Master. Spoonmaster. I like Spoonmancer better, but Spoonmaster makes more sense. So we are using Mad Alchemist Ladle as our main weapon, which is awesome. And it's using Frostwall to buff up a bunch of stuff, and you're flame rushing through it, and you're kind of just dropping all sorts of runic invocations like crazy. And the rune bolt is reversed order, so you get a bunch of stuff that's you don't normally get access to very easily. And we are spec'd into Flame Ward as well, but we're triggering that automatically through Frostwall. So we've got Glyph of Dominion as an extra free skill, and we're spec'd into the extra rune bolts in it. This is a great build. This is just sort of like this is the kitchen sink of Rune Master builds using the best weapon ever. And they were also kind enough to leave us with a 2 LP version of it in our inventory, so we can go do a roll here, see what happens. And they also may have left a beautiful wand right beside it to use for that. So without further ado, I'm just gonna hop in and try it. If you want a full breakdown on this build and what it does and all the details and how it works and everything, Aaron has a video over on his channel, Aaron Action RPG, which is the channel that won. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're gonna have some fun and try it out. I'm just gonna mouse over everything really quickly so people can see. If you want to pause things or clip stuff, okay, we've got that ring we can do some LP crafting on. Just a little bit of overview. Look at the character sheet, I guess. If you want to see things. Little dip into Sorcerer, but mostly in Rune Master, as expected. I will just flick through these really quickly. Basically, just if someone really wants to pause it here. But the full video is over on Aaron's channel. Much better to go do that. And let's go have some fun. And I was told that this should be able to handle no problem 200 corruption, like, easy. And we're only on 100 here, so maybe I should check out the other timelines to see if they're higher. 156. 100. Can I check? There might be another way to check this. I'm just a noob. Is Mike a noob? Yes. We're gonna do this one. Let's go. Okay, let's try and find a shade quickly and crank it up. So let's just go, right? Not there. All right, so I saw I missed some questions. Let's go back and read those off. So yeah, welcome to the stream, everybody. Glad to have you all with us. Oh yeah, this also I should mention this is also a low life ward Rune Master as well. So it's a little out there. So we're using some like generally Necromancer gear, or Lich gear. But you know what? And I will do this wrong. And that's okay. That is okay. The one thing, so I was looking at this build and I was like, I think that an auto trigger on Glyph Dominion on or on Flame Rush End, I think would be really good as well. I don't know where that is in here. Yeah, so like getting this one, I think the problem with it is that it does give you a little less control, and it's more mana as well. You can't just cast it yourself. But I thought that would smooth things out a little bit. And I do apologize to whoever's build this is when I like just butcher the actual playing of it. I'm like, this looks like I can just like face roll, right? It's gonna be a ton of fun. Yeah, all right, let's go. Yeah. All right. Okay, I should answer some questions. So we've got some questions here in chat. Hi, just wanted to check on that 2023 release that is happening, right? We actually, funny you mentioned this. We just announced that that is not the case anymore. So if you have, if you haven't seen yet, head on over to our forums or anything else that will probably link to the forums. Thank you very much, somebody. I'm just gonna put this link in chat really quick, and then I will see who that was. Okay, so if you haven't seen that yet, check that out. Who was that? Llama! Hey! Whoa, welcome back. 22 months in a row. God, we're getting close to those 2-year mark. Wow. Thank you very much. Glad to have you here. Hope you're having fun. We don't learn anything here. We just have fun. More questions. Oh yes. So release date is now February 21st, 2024. There's a few things that contributed to doing this. I won't go too into details here, but it's just a bunch of little things that came together, and it really didn't make sense to launch where we were going to launch before anymore. We had really planned on keeping it where we were, and we were really happy with what was happening and everything, and you know, it just stopped making sense. Yeah, getting in that Glyph of Dominion to get the 5 shots feels really important, and so I'm really trying to do that. It's a little tricky. Alright, next question. Hi, I'm currently having a problem. Oh yes, GeForce Now, you can't load any filters. So yes, this is a known problem on GeForce Now. It is technically an unsupported platform that just happens to almost work. So it's not something we're really prioritizing fixing at the moment. It's not to say it won't be fixed, but it's just not. It's not number 1 on the list right now. Sorry. But yes, this is something we do know about, and would like to see fixed as soon as we can. It's just there's bigger fish to fry at the moment. There's a lot going on here. I feel very tanky though, I will say that. And I might just not be in like a high enough damage area yet. I'm in like full exalteds. Did anyone else see the random tangent on the forums either yesterday or the day before possibly? Someone posted a triple exalted with like an empty slot and 43 craft or forging potential still on it. Like, oh, it was nice. That was pretty. I liked that. I'm probably trying to filter on anyways. Let's just do our generic. Let's do Rune Master. Here we go. It's pretty basic. basic. All right. Hi, Mike. During Monolith, I'm given a choice sometimes. Dream of the future past. What does it change? So you're probably... I think this is when you beat a boss? Is that what you're talking about? Like at the end of it? And it's deciding which one of these... like you beat this one, and it's asking if you want to go right or left, basically? There's like multiple paths to go on, and it's asking which way you want to go. I think that's what that is. If it's in a chat window at the bottom, that's what it is. Let's keep going. Have you considered giving set pieces legendary potential? Yes. This question gets asked extremely frequently, and we've considered it many times. There's a much longer explanation as to why we don't want to do that available, but the TLDR is we'd like set items to be set items and not unique items with a set affix. Do you plan to fix skill bugs before 1.0? We are working to fix every single skill bug we can. So every single bug we can, every bug's on the list, and we're gonna try and fix every single one of them. But you know, who knows which ones exactly will be fixed? I don't know. We are going to keep working on them and keep fixing as many as we can, right up until the hard cutoff for launch, and we'll keep fixing them after that too. But yeah, so it's all just. Yeah, I can't guarantee specific skills will get fixed, but all of the skill bugs are on the list to get fixed. All right. So excited about the delay release announcement. Epoch really needs its time to shine in the sun, so the RPG community can truly see what an amazing game Ishii's built. Thank you very much. Hope you're all good. Do you know if there's going to be another open beta for people who haven't purchased yet before 1.0 launch? Thank you for all the effort. I haven't heard anything about another open beta for people who have not purchased the game, so I do not think it will happen. That doesn't mean it 100% won't, but I would be very surprised, so do not expect it. I'm pumped up today. Yeah, you are, and congrats on your team win. Pew, pew, pew. I was right about that. I'm not just like crazy and just be like announcing the wrong thing. That'd be bad. That'd be bad. Okay. Why is my life going to full? I think because I have a ton of leech somewhere. Low health. Does it say leech anywhere? I don't know where it is. Somewhere we've got something that's giving us a bunch of health. I didn't change a thing. This is exactly how I found it. I wouldn't be there. That'd be dumb. I do not know why our health is going up. And I don't hate it. This build's a ton of fun to play. It's like I feel like I've got a toolbox, and every time I need to do something, I just like open up the toolbox and find something awesome to pull out. I love the triumphant builds because they're not supposed to, like they're supposed to work, but they're not like supposed to work. You know? Am I making any sense, or am I just a crazy person? I know I'm a crazy person. Am I just a crazy person? Give me that XP. I want to strengthen up that, tighten up that filter. Hey, King Swaley. Somebody? Really somebody? Yeah, somebody. Just somebody. Hadn't seen it yet. I'm sorry. You learn how not to face tank stuff? Yeah. I noticed that there are no normal chest spawning in monoliths. Is there a specific reason for that? I don't know. I don't know. They're probably just generally not awesome enough. And, I don't know. Maybe they just need to be more awesomer. Of the game, anything you can share on seasons? Yeah, I mean they'll be pretty bog standard for what you'd expect from like the general framework of how season's gonna work. We're calling them cycles. You'll everyone will start from level 1. There'll be like a fresh economy reset. You'll be competing on a ladder. Not sure what else. There'll be like new things will come each time a cycle starts. Like so, there'll be a new season ladder with a new patch, and there'll be new stuff that happens. So there might be like new. I don't know. There could be new. Well, in this case, there's going to be the item factions, which is going to be huge, and there will be the Falconer and the Warlock as well. So those are the big 3 things for this one. Is there an Exalted hiding there? But no, it's just recolored. There are some nice things in Glyph of Dominion's tree that make it a lot easier to use with the as like a place to stand in as well. But I do really like having that flame ward trigger that happens going through the wall with like a spect flame ward. Now that Hand of Judgment is fixed and therefore not good anymore? Question mark. Any plans to buff for Judgment first? Totally not righteous fire players. We have. I don't have any specific information on upcoming balance changes. It's possible that it could get some updates. Who knows? Ooh, that could actually be a decent starting point for a ring for this. There's probably a better one right here. Yeah, there's a way better one right there. Let's go do that. That sounds like fun. You know? That sounds like a lot of fun. Come on. What's going on? Come on. Come on. Not bad. Let's get out of here. Okay, we're going to a magical land of gumdrops and jelly beans, also known as Temporal Sanctum. And we are going to attempt to make this wand really awesome. Sorry for ruining your sorting, because I could tell you actually had sorted that out nicely. I just ruined it in one fell swoop. Alright, what level is it? 17. Easy. Let's go find a key in here somewhere. Temporal Sanctum key. Lovely. Right click on the key takes you to the map. Yeah. Are all skill VFX areas death animations that haven't been still touched up be up to your new standards? Touched be up to your new standard on 1.0. Oh, like, are we gonna just do all the things that haven't been done to a higher standard yet? How many skills each class is gonna have on launch? The number of skills each class is gonna have at launch will not be equal across the board. We don't have to do the hard one, but should we? Just to, like, show we can. If we have gloves that will go nicely into those, then yeah, we will. But unless we have gloves that do, we're not. Because we're a chicken. I don't see anything. Ooh. Throwing damage. Heyo, so good. Not. What's the throwing damage doing there, huh? Okay. Let's just let's take it easy. Let's start with this one. We're gonna do a few of these. We're gonna do a few of these, I think, because we've got a few exaltants to make, or legendaries to make. So we're gonna ramp up. We'll do 2, 3, 4. We'll try and do all the way to 4. I think we can. Is everything gonna be brought up to the same standard? We're gonna try and get everything we can up to the same standard. Like, it's not, nothing will intentionally be left behind. But, like, where is that where did that standard line actually start exactly? It's kind of hard to pinpoint. So, like, I don't know exactly. If every skill you're thinking of is going to count, But we are constantly working to upgrade the quality of all of our skills. I think they've gotten really fantastic lately. Like, I think that's the thing. It's sort of this, like, continuous increase of awesome, and it's not just like okay, well, on this date they were bad, and on this date they were good. So everything that was before this date is bad. Like, there's no hard cutoff line that you can just point to. So we're probably more looking at just find the worst one and make it better type situation. Right now we're really focused on Falconer, Warlock, and then a few key skills that are really in need of some love. And it keeps going. It keeps going after. I do really like that if you just hold that cold flame rush with the auto cast of the invocation, and it turns into blizzard, so it puts a dot right above your head. And you can kind of hang out there and be a little bit covered. I really like that. It's a nice touch. Oh. Let's try this way. Looks promising. Yes. Let's go. Exalted mods, take it. How many skills each class is gonna have at launch? Let's see here. They're gonna be, I would say, Well, let's open the skills panel and look. Every class will have, I think Rogue will have the fewest overall skills. Primalist will probably be next least, and Mage will have the most. I can say that for certain. Yeah. Blessing me, thank you. And chat excited for the February release. Yes. Will all zones look the same by quality as, say, let's say, Illuminal Highlands in monos? No, Highlands. We are... Same answer as before. We are working pretty heavily for our level design team on the next chapters for the game itself. Okay, I thought the time travel for a second was giving a rune. I was like, no. It wasn't though. I'm just a crazy person. It's fine. I'm just losing it. Don't mind me. Just stuff everywhere. It's so fantastic. Wow. I love this one. We don't have a ton of dot damage, I don't think. Might have a good chunk, though. Worth it. Worth it. Alright. I hope that February 21st, 2024 will be just the beginning of a great adventure with your game. Me too. I think it will be. Hey, travelers. Mike, any comments on the Runic Invocation node Stride to Safety? Let me go look it up first, because I don't know what they are off the top of my head, because, you know, just, like, uber noob over here. And that's okay. This guy just, well, okay, we're talking Runic Invocation node, Stride. It's probably the jump, isn't it? Am I, like, running somehow? I was not touching the... What was happening there? That was wild. I feel like I did pretty well without trying. Somehow. I really like that one, Lightning, Fire, Fire. Or Lightning, Cold, Cold. Oh. Oh. Okay, let me just... I'm just trying to get somewhere safe to, like, read this node. I just keep going to find more enemies. Okay. Runic Invocation, Stride to Safety. It's the little hop jump thing, isn't it? Leap backwards on cast. When you directly cast Runic Invocation, you leap backwards a short distance, hovering in the air for a moment. In this state, you take less damage, and directly casting Runic Invocation deals more damage, both multiplicative with other modifiers. The effect of Enigma no longer works when taking this node. Runic Invocation gains the movement tag. This is Enigma here for anyone wondering. It's a little blink forward after cast, so it's an override for this one. It's an either or. Okay, back to the question. I had a friend who doesn't play ask me why the jump mechanic. I said, well, it just seems cool. Yeah. I was really using it, but I did use it in my build comp entry and found it fun. But I was curious what the idea behind the node was. I mean, yeah, it looks cool. It feels cool. Sometimes there's like, you know, it's like a minor disengage where, one of the core things for like a spellcaster frequently is you want to be a little bit at range, right? And we try and give those tools more to Sork than anyone else. We do want to give those options elsewhere as well. And so just like it's a little bit of another option for how you want to build movement into your incorporate movement into your build. That's sort of the main thing. And it probably was like the way this probably came up in the pitch meeting. I can't remember exactly how this node was pitched. It's probably just in a large brainstorming session, but like I bet it was probably just like, I mean, that sounds cool. That's probably the first thing, yeah. Sometimes that's all it takes. Are there going to be more glyphs and runes in 1.0 on release? Will there be any Uber bosses on 1.0? More glyphs and runes on 1.0. We have more planned. I don't know if they're going to be at 1.0 or after or not. I'm sorry. But we do have specific ones planned for specific situations. And Uber Boss on 1.0, there will not be an Uber Boss on 1.0. I mean, it's far enough out. I shouldn't really say that. There's not one planned at the moment. Can we still play with friends that are not in the current season cycle? Characters that are playing in the current season cycle will not be able to play with characters that are not playing in the current season cycle because it is a competitive environment in the season cycle, and having the ability to play with someone who has been able to exist in a character outside of that competitive environment for much longer than before it started would be a very significant edge in that competition. So it'd be like if you were gonna go and like sign a 10-year-old up to play hockey, and but they also came with their like 20-year-old brother who played in the NHL and was like, all right, we're gonna come on the team together and play together, and it's like a huge, unbelievable advantage for that 10-year-old playing on the team with his 20-year-old brother from the NHL. You know, like it's it would make having like a rusher type character be mandatory. So you wouldn't be able to play the cycle alone. You'd have to be part of a team to even have like remote possibility of competing at all. I can probably just face tank that, but not that. Don't try and face tank that. Pro strats from Mike. Don't face tank the one shot. Also, don't do what I just did there. Really, just don't do anything I do because I'm terrible. Come on. Yes.
The future cannot be denied.
And we came back here because these totems were up and these pillars were up, and these pillars only exist in this era. Normally, I don't like coming back early because if you mess up that timing, you're done. Hey, let's pick up all those things. Just nom 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 nom. Just, so yeah, with the season cycle thing. So yeah, you're any characters that are created on the season cycle are in a completely different play environment, a different universe, a different realm, whatever you want to call it, than the people that are in Legacy that are not starting a new cycle character. But like, you could still play non-cycle, you know, if you wanted to. Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight for it. I'm not even gonna look at what else I have. I think this is set up so nicely for us, and I'm just realizing now that I'm in the. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's the level of the unique, not the level of the exalted. Got it. Got it. Okay, let's do this. I really hope the person who made this build did this exact thing and got a better version than whatever I'm about to get. One of my friends enjoys RPGs but doesn't have much time to play it, and seasons always put him off when he has to start over again. I like seasons personally, but are off-season champs able to play? No. Okay, sorry, the same question. No, they're not. It would completely ruin the competitive environment for season if we allowed that. I'm sorry. Sometimes we gotta make hard choices, and two things conflict, and we gotta pick one over the other. Sorry. Thanks for the answer. Now I can go back to my regular Warlock spoiler begging. Favorite snack to have while playing LE? I really like. Really like these little seaweed snacks. Little pack of seaweed snacks. They're just like, there's nothing to them, but they're just like this little bit of salt, a little crunch. Little squares of seaweed snacks. They come in like a little like tin like this. I just finished my last one like 2 hours ago. What do we get? Oh, we got the spell damage and the ignite. That's a good one too. Nice. That's really good. Wow. All right, that's fantastic. Good. Good. Wonderful. All right, there we go. Let's go again. Alright, does following mean something we still haven't seen? Following like following the stream channel? No, I don't think so. Some new standard, or with what zone combat feel currently, can you compare the following Last Epoch's 1.0 launch will mark a new beginning for Eterra, and will set a new bar for quality, polished gameplay feel, and visual excellence. What? Can you compare the following? Sorry, I don't understand. I don't know if I'm just not. I feel like I'm just misreading something there. I'm sorry. I can't understand that. My brain just is not working right now. I'm sorry. Rephrase that and ask it again. I'll be happy to try again. Sorry. Right. Any new skills that the rogue is gonna get for 1.0 except falconers? There's maybe. There's one on the if the falconer skills get done fast enough list. There's a highlighted message here. You don't need to highlight your messages for me to see them. Just put out Last Epoch game, and I'll pretty reliably see it. But yes, no problem. Hello, are you going to do something about the error that I can't even get into game, let alone play it? So I don't have any information on bug fixes or patches or like when certain fixes are going to go out. I'm sorry. We are working to fix every single bug we can. If it's been reported on the forums, which I absolutely know it has, because I've seen it, it's on the list of things to fix. I have no information on the status of ongoing bugs and or when they will be fixed or not. I don't know. I'm sorry. If you want help with your problem, if you think that we can possibly help you and you'd like to get help, you can contact us through a support site. I'll mess it up if I try and say it. Just Google support Last Epoch. And if it's possible that we can help you, we'll try our best. Alright, you did it wrong, Mike. You were supposed to face tank the unface tankable ability. Ah, whoops. Wait, can this build face tank that? No. That'd be pretty sweet. I don't believe it though. I like that. I don't know what it's called. The cascade, the mini glacial cascade. Should have paid more attention to the namings of these things. Some of the tier 2 invocations are actually really good. That one, whatever that one's called, I like it. It's cool. It's neat. I'm a fan. It's interesting because it's something that I know Aaron mentioned in the build guide for this video was the switching of the order of the rune bolt actually having a significant impact on gameplay. And like I heard it and went, yeah, okay, I see it, but really maybe. And now that I'm like actually playing with it a bunch, it feels different because you are just naturally getting different invocations that you don't normally get. So I really like that. It's almost like there's like just an alt mode. Alright, what skill have you enjoyed designing the most so far? And what is your favorite warlock skill? Well, I can't tell you the name of my favorite warlock skill. So I'll just say it's the mastery skill is my favorite one. It's like the one that shows up here. Down here, like the one that's like specific to the mastery. That's my favorite warlock skill. And it's a little unassuming. But it just feels right. And I like it. As far as which one I've had the most fun designing overall, that's really tough too. I really enjoyed multi-shot, weirdly enough. It kind of felt like coming home. And bears, werebear form. Werebear form was a ton of fun. I did that one twice. that was tough to do as well. I think that's part of the reason why I enjoyed it so much, because it was tough to do. Oh, catapult. Not throwing. I should learn that that affix name at some point. All right. Does minus 100% additional crit damage reduction? That can't be how that note is worded. There's just no way. Reduced this one. Okay, I think this is the number we're talking about. Crit damage reduction. Yes, reduced bonus damage taken from critical strikes. I think this is the number we're talking about. Work the same as 100% crit avoidance. Could I be missing something? It does. It does not work the same as crit avoidance. 100% crit avoidance. I mean, like, the thing is that the the crit avoidance can be like changed. Like you can still, like you can get that debuffed. Actually, that might not be in the game anymore. Yeah, that maybe got taken out. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. That may not be right anymore. I have a problem with this sometimes where I remember old versions of how things were. Um, did I catch up? How have I caught up? It's so weird. Honestly, so I was terrified about I was terrified about this stream because I thought this was gonna be a little bit more muchness given the recent announcement, but I'm not mad about it. Which is great. I'm really happy that we're gonna be able to have a chance to extend the development cycle a little bit. These loading screens are taking a long time for me today. Little weird. You know what I can do in the meantime though, because I got cool stuff. Oh, I got cool stuff. Oh, we'll load it anyways. We'll do cool stuff anyways. Let's do something cool anyways. Who cares, right? It's a swap monster. Here's some concept art. It's pretty cool. I wonder what it is. Maybe it's a new transform. It's not new transform, by the way. Just to be clear. Congratulations on Rune Master. Great class. Is there any chance you will revisit Sorcerer Spellblade passive trees? As much fun as Rune Master is, the other two are equally painful to play. We are focusing right now on the passive trees for Rogue and Acolyte, specifically Warlock and Falconer. But yeah, there's definitely room for improvements on all of the passive trees, especially some of the older ones that haven't had like many threshold nodes put in yet. There's a few things we did for Spellblade, and
How is this possible?
yeah, okay, that's fine. I thought I was like, oh, it triggered the game, the boss fight or something. Are there any? No, we didn't put any in here. Oh, did we? Yeah, so, okay, so we have started to sprinkle in some threshold nodes. Am I on? Oh, I'm on Spellblade. Okay, yeah. Good. I just do this. No. Maybe? Threshold node. Okay, yeah. No, it doesn't work for that. That'd be cool, though. I should add that. All right, moving right along here. Congratulations on Rune Master, great class. Thank you. Is there any chance you will be? Oh, I already answered this. My goodness, I am a little out of it today. I've been quite sick, and I am. I know I probably don't appear that sick right now. Tylenol is very good when used correctly and in moderation. All right. Mike. That's entirely my fault. I just like looked away. Oh my god, I'm playing with the screen up. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Actually, nobody saw that. Hey, look, people in town. Yeah, let's put our wings on. Can we all pretend that didn't happen and just you know? Actually, no, I like that other chest. Yeah, but I do want a pet. I want this guy. Yeah. And we're gonna do this one to go with it. And we're gonna do this one to go with it. There we go. Now we'll be fine. Now we'll be fine. Oh. I don't know what you're talking about. It was all a dream. We've got to have another key here somewhere. Gotta have another key. There it is. Yes. Oh, all right, Mike, wake up. May I ask why Fire Aura, a damage over time spell, has most of its passives in the Spellblade tree? The melee attack mastery. Seems like they have very little overlap except for increased melee damage per Fire Aura stack, which is just kind of forced in your opinion. Yeah, so first off, Anton the 8th is resubbed. Thank you very much. Glad to have you with us. Says thanks for this amazing game. Pump for 1.0. Me too. You're welcome. I am glad you're enjoying it. Back to the question for why does Fire Aura and Spellblade make sense? Well, we don't really think of Spellblade as the melee attack mastery for Mage, which might seem kind of weird. We actually think of Spellblade as the short range mastery for Mage, and so it's more focused around physically being near your enemies for the most part. So most melee attacks do lend themselves better to that situation. So all of these things are melee range, or help you get in or out of melee range, or buff melee damage, and things like that. So it is all, like, it might seem very melee, just as melee is the thing, but really the thing that ties it all together for us, anyways, design wise, is range more so than anything else. Yeah, that's why it's there. Hope that makes sense. How useful is Armor Shred? Very, very useful if you're dealing, if you're doing physical hit damage. Armor Shred is very useful. If you're doing any hit damage, armor is useful, but not very useful. It's most useful for physical, because armor is protecting more physical damage. So let's say I deal 5 stacks of Armor Shred to an enemy, how much more physical damage is going to receive, for example? It'll depend on how much armor he has to begin with, because it's going to shred their armor by a percentage of, or by a fixed value. This key. I know what's shred. Armor Shred. Subtracts 100 armor for last 4 seconds. Okay, so it's a flat amount of armor that it drops it by, and so you can is this formula here? Armor. There's the formula for armor. So you can work it out based on this info, how much it's actually going to deal. Or help. Okay, I'm gonna actually make it through this time, because we're awesome, and we've got a little pet, a little ruined Yiki pet. With the extra time you are taking to 1.0, will a Pinnacle Boss be available on 1.0? We really want to have the... I don't think so, is the short answer to that question. It's unlikely but possible is what I'll say. We really want to, when we do put a Pinnacle Boss into the game, we really want it to feel like it's part of the entire game, and not just like okay, there's a boss now. We want there to be some story implications. We want there to be some action lead up, so I'll just... I always use Diablo 2 as an example. The action lead up to the Uber boss fight in Diablo 2. There's 2 of them. One of them is sell a bunch of Stone Jordans, which is a ultra rare and extremely useful ring, to the vendor, and Uber boss will spawn. alternatively, there is the dealing with the 3 lesser evils to find the primeval organs and combining them together. You know, you get the keys from the key bosses, whatever they're called, the mini bosses, and you know, like, so there's like a build up of actions you have to take in order to like unlock the uber boss fight. And we really want the whole uber boss or pinnacle boss experience to be a complete experience and not just that was really close. And not just like, hey, boss. We also want that boss fight to be, you know, like a little bit involved and have, you know, cool mechanics and really, really like be a ton of fun to play. So we're really gonna take our time with it and make sure that comes out super awesome. And it's not something we had planned for 1.0 before. We're not changing a ton of the scope for 1.0. There are a few things that we're changing, a few things we're going to add on, but you know, for the most part, it's staying relatively similar. And like the day with the like, it hasn't been long since this happened internally, but like the day it happened internally, I was right there in front of the line with a bunch of other people being like, "Let's add this," and and they're like, "Calm down, Mike." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fine, I'll calm down." Because yes, I pitched a Pinnacle boss like an hour after the internal announcement went live for the delay. I immediately pitched a Pinnacle boss to be included. But I quickly realized it was not the best idea. Okay, it took a little convincing, but I got there. No, jokes aside, I do think that it's the right idea. Right. What recent announcement? I will post it in chat again. The recent announcement is that we are delaying 1.0 from this year till February 21st, 2024. This is like a fixed hard date. We've got specific timelines for lead up content now. There's a whole bunch of things to this. The article touches on a few reasons why we're doing this. It's gonna be a lot better overall. I know it's frustrating for people who are hoping to get it this year. What is going on? That was really weird. It's my new song. What is going on? That was really weird. With the amount of unfinished games released in recent times, I don't think many people have a problem with waiting a bit longer. I promised us a 2023 release from the beginning anyways. I was actually pretty happy with what we were going to have for 2023 release. I'm more happy with the extra time. The extra 2 months is really nice. It was feeling tight. And now it's going to feel... It'll still feel tight, but it'll feel... it'll be better. It'll be a better game, which is the most important part. Well, Falcon looks amazing. It looks so good. It's a ton of fun to play too. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying the Falcon. I just got to the part in chat where everyone's screaming at me from my screen. Ooh, already planned patches updates before February. Yeah, we'll have some bug fixes. I forget the songs. Yeah, I need like I need something on my actual screen that's like a big red outline or something. Like no one can see.
Such power.
No, I just need someone who like actually has their Streamlabs set up properly to like just screen share with me for an afternoon and just be like, "This is how you use this software, Mike." The only like prep or research or anything I've done for this is just like the 10 minutes before stream every time. And like an hour the first time I set it up. That was it. Well, you can see the players in town now? Yeah, you can. Oh no, there's a cliff. Oh no. You can actually, something I don't think a lot of people know is that when you are like in Twitch, you can actually see the clips people make of your stream. And like every couple months I go in and just am like, all right, did I make a big fool of myself at some point during the stream or not? Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? I get this so much on stream. It's crazy. It's always on stream. I never get it off stream. It's a cool sword. I like it a lot. Not sure if you answered my question. Had to go AFK. How progress is multiplayer? How is progress going in multiplayer optimization? I didn't see this question. I'm sorry, I skipped it. It's a good thing I skipped it. I knew you were AFK, and I just I held off for when you got back. Don't worry, I got your back. Multiple optimization is it's coming along every single day. There's always people working on it. I don't have any specific details I can share about the progress that is being made, but yeah, there's always little updates I'm seeing pop up about it, and it's a very high priority task for us. It's basically like the main thing we talk about and try and deal with is server optimization and multiplayer performance and just game performance in general. Like it's the big topic every single day. It's the hot button issue. Yes, the last laugh. Ah, it's the last one. It's the last one that'll ever be. No one's allowed to laugh again. Josh, I saw that. All right. Next question. Do things get pushed? Do things get pushed to negative? Like armor resistance? Yes, they do.
Finally, I will have its power.
By the way, this story is awesome. Awesome. Pretty soon, Triad. I assume trade will be a big portion of the game. Yes, it will. Any plans to make gold more valuable? If I sell items for gold, it would be good to have something valuable to spend it on. Yeah, I mean, so there's inherently, because you sell things for gold, you also buy them for gold. So like, one of the most valuable things in the game is items, and just in general, and you can sell, or you can buy items with gold. So there's that, which is a pretty huge one. But then the thing that will anchor the price of gold, partially, is the Vaults of Uncertain Fate. That's what it is. I know the names of things in our game. Don't worry. Vaults of Uncertain Fate will, like, you can dump tons of gold into there, and they just make more and more and more items. So like, you're able to get quite a lot out of that with a lot of money. So that's, that's a big one. Plans to add more things? Yes. Plans to add more things for 1.0? No. Nothing major anyways. How good is melee in this game? I mean, there are some very successful melee builds. Warpath's always a fan favorite. There's melee builds for every class that are very good. I'm sure if you look at the like top 1%, there will be I might be proven very wrong by that standard, but melee builds that can get into the super end game content, yeah. Right, any buffs for Aura of Decay since the poison nerf is a dead skill? Oh no, it's a dead skill. No, I don't have any specific details on upcoming patches or buffs or nerfs or bug fixes. Some stuff will happen. I don't know what it is. Sorry.
Escape is impossible. Sapphire waters.
Come on. Let me stand inside this. I was trying to move. trying to move. Did not work. Oh, that's too bad. Alright. You know what? We're gonna see if we have another key. And if we don't, we're gonna go do something else. I'm pretty sure this is where we got to in searching. I don't think we have another key. We have no choice. We gotta go find another key. Should see if the person who made this build's online and wants to like come help me, because I'm bad. This is like, this build's so much fun to play, and it is strictly me just being bad. This is why I shouldn't do these things, because I'm just like, whoever's build this is, they're just like, no, Mike, what are you doing? Why? It's just a boy. If I remember right, you guys were overhauling the backend netcode or something similar. How is that coming along? I mean, yeah, we rolled that out a few weeks ago. The big rewrite of most of that. Pretty sure that's live now. Or it's on our internal builds. I don't know if that's in the live ones yet. I hope it's been rolled out. Like I said when we were talking about, like, no one should notice that it gets rolled out. Could you guys share some info about the changes you guys have made to factions since the initial reveal? We have to wait until January. The details of how factions are going to look at launch, you'll have to wait until January for the full document there. There's of the information that's available in the factions preview post, compared to what you're going to see in January. I don't feel the need to go edit that post at all. You know, it won't be exactly the same, but it will be extremely, extremely similar. The big thing is that so we said, like, here are some examples of some of the bonuses you could get from ranking up. I think we gave like a level like 2, 4, 6 example for each of the factions, and there's the things that you get. That's funny. Back-to-back sets. The things you get from that are like weren't fixed to begin with. They were just examples. So like those are picked as to what they're actually going to be. So those are different. But I can't share those with you just yet because they're not actually finalized. We're still working on them. Run away. Okay, next question. Robots in disguise. I noticed the announcement didn't give a date for some more general changes that you've mentioned before, like corruption. Is the date where it will be discussed previewed? Or will it be a general patch notes post right before 1.0? Oh, like the there will be the usual patch notes, or like dev blog barrage just leading up to the patch. The hype week will happen still, so there'll be like a series of devlogs and informational posts leading up to 1.0. And in there, we'll get some details about specifics for things that are not the 3 main topics we've already announced devlog dates for. So those details will be unveiled in the week or 2 leading up to 1.0. And yeah. But they'll be included in the 1.0 patch, not before. I think I'd probably speak for most, if not all, other players. Ooh, dangerous, dangerous. Red flag, red flag. I'd be shocked. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see the rest of this question. Let's say like everything is awesome. I'll be like, I sure hope so, but I know that's not everyone. I'm trying not to die here. I promise. I'll promise I'll get to it. Here we go. That sound. Oh, that sound was great. I've never actually used this portal in game before. Oh, that sound got me. Alright, let's read the rest of this question. I think I probably speak for most, if not all, LE players in saying we are happy to wait a little bit longer. Oh, thank you, that's awesome. For a long-term good game, for the long-term good of the game. Yeah, I appreciate that. I think most people agree with you, especially from the sentiment that I've been seeing from like the forum post and like the Reddit post and just like leading up to this, like just talking to people in the community here and there. I wasn't too worried about this sort of thing. It's always nerve wracking whenever something like this comes out because like I know people are disappointed that like in a perfect world it just launches on when we said it would, and it has all of the awesome stuff that like everything's sunshine and roses and everything's fantastic. That's the ideal situation. I know people will be disappointed by having it not show up right away. And I do really appreciate that for the vast majority of every response I've seen so far, has been very understanding and positive about the delay, which is fantastic. I know people are disappointed about it, and I am too. What can I say? But also happy at the same time. You can be two things, right? I think so. All right. Do the new acts have new bosses and the new exclusive gear? They will, but we don't have new acts coming 1.0. Yeah. As the game's design has evolved, yes. Have there been any uniques that have wound up using more design space than they were than if they were designed today? Oh yes, definitely. Do I know what any of those are off the top of my head? No. Oof. I don't have a good example off the top of my head, I'm sorry. The transforms? Oh, uniques. We need uniques. I think of skills. Still yes. I don't know. Yes, exsanguinous. Actually, yeah, these boots right here, this right here, I think is a great example because these and exsanguinous, that whole style of item was originally created very specifically with necromancer in mind, and it is far from necromancer only style of item and gameplay pattern now. Very much enabled by those uniques. We got there. I found one. Are you playing this build with items you found or any of these uniques generated for you? This entire build, absolutely every single thing that I'm using right now was here when I found it. I've completely absconded with someone else's build in every way. I didn't find any of it myself. No, I'm playing the contest winners build exactly as it was. See, all of it was even this the item that we made, this was, and the exalted we put into it were already in the inventory. My stash was my stash, but the character was, and the blessings that were here, like, oh, I should check out the blessings, but we were missing two. Oh no. Still this is okay. We're asking where the leech is coming from. There it is. We found it. Yay. Oh, we got there. Wand, mana, all res, nice. That's such a nice one to get. Yeah, frailty, cold res, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, is there any chance for someone to join the art team? Absolutely. Let's go check the careers page. View all roles. So there's an active posting for a 2D animator in the art department. But that doesn't mean if you're not an animator and you want to join the art department for a different role in the art department, you are still welcome to apply. Go to our just Google 11th Hour Games careers, and that's how I found it. I'm on the page right now, and there's like a little apply here button. And you can just send us an email. Apply for, just say like, this is who I am, these are the games I like, this is the things I make, and this is why I think I'd be awesome to join your team. Yep. It's and like, so I can't guarantee that there'll be any specific job for your specific skills, but you know, worst case scenario, someone says no, and it's not like it would ever like hurt chances of anything later happening. You know, just like, give it a shot, shoot your shot. All right. Will there be a 0.9.3? No. Hello, Mike. Happy Friday. Thank you. Happy Friday to you too. We're just gonna go on a little bit. Let's just clear this out. Fools! That cast speed is just nutty. I love it. The autocast on the invocation feels so good. Go to the old /spawn key. I don't have these commands. I had to get someone else to help me get this character transferred over. It's the only time we've ever done it. Yeah. Hurts to watch Mike go tab by tab. Yes, sorry. I know I should do it. Hello, Mike. Happy Friday. Can you already say if we will get more character slots at 1.0, and if the current characters will take the same slots as the ones we create in the new cycle? Yes and yes. I created the stash running search, so I'm not that aware of it. It's so true. Get it! Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Fang? That's fine. Not for us. That's okay. Bum, 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 bum. I want to do a shade fight. That's one thing I really want to do. I'm trying to push in one direction to get a shade fight. Oh, alrighty then. You should see Mike's stash in offline. It gives me nightmares as someone who strictly organizes and color codes their stash. Yeah, game? Yeah, it does. My offline stash is such a mess because it's what I used for the so much of the stash testing stuff. So there's like a whole bunch of messed up stuff in there that's just like not how it's supposed to be. Have you noticed that you're giving less unintentional spoilers as you've got more experience doing these streams? Um, I don't. I don't. Maybe. Have you noticed that? Probably. I haven't noticed it, but I think you're probably right. It's happening, guys. We have a serious problem on your hands. I'm becoming professional. It's okay. Oh, I thought I had it right here. Oh, that's frustrating. Where is it? Well, I just undercut my whole point. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. It's okay. You can trust me. I'm a professional. My wife got that for me, ironically, I think. Alright. Do you expect bots to take over the economy when you add the trading faction, or is it base game cost enough to deter / make it easy to ban them? We have a lot of systems in place, and knobs we can turn, and ways we can look at stuff to try and squash bots we can. I think it's really important to have some level of expectation of bots and be able to accept that, while not accepting an unreasonable amount of them. So I think that there's a line there, because there's going to be some amount of bots no matter what. That's going to happen, and that's okay for some amount, but that amount's really low in my world, like really low in my world. The most important thing for us with the whole like the bot fight, or whatever you want to call it, but like is making the experience for the people who are playing the game in the intended way the best experience possible, and how we deal with bots to achieve that goal. It doesn't really matter what happens with the bots if we find every single last one of them, if we let some of them hang out, how zealous we are there. That doesn't really matter. It's just all that really matters is how good the experience is for everyone who's not botting. And so like that's I think the really important thing is that we don't like if we're in a situation where we're looking at the situation and we're like, okay, so there's 10 bots left on the server. This is a really, really contrived and extreme example. There's 10 bots left. We know there's exactly 10 bots left, but the only way we can get rid of them is by making it suck for everyone else. By having to like click an extra dozen things and install the software on their computer or something like that. It's an extreme contrived example. But like there's this like how much does it suck for everyone else? Oh, is it too much? Well, don't do it. Like as soon as it starts to put pressure on people who are playing properly, it's not a good solution. The people who aren't doing the things that we're trying to catch shouldn't know we're trying to catch them. Those things, like they shouldn't see any of those methods. It should be completely invisible to them, and the only people that should be like even see the effects are the people who are breaking the rules. And so yeah, we've put a few different ways in there that we can detect suspicious behavior automatically, and also ways to just there's things in the system to be self-correcting, so that even if there are bots working in the system, it won't there won't be an opportunity for those bots to cause too much of pressure on the market to make it so that it's obvious by someone looking at the market that it's overrun by bots. So what do I mean by that is that there's not a situation where you're like, there's items that are selling for pennies on the dollar because those items are so abundant because bots are farming them so quickly. And so you're not left thinking, hey, what's the point of trying to farm items to sell, because bots are able to farm them faster, more efficiently, and to the point where it's not worthwhile for me to do them ourselves. And like I think that there's enough self-correcting things in the system that just naturally won't happen. We do also have ways to detect that it's happening and fix it if it does. So we're trying to like hoping for the best and planning for the worst on the bot front. I think we're gonna be really successful with the trading system. And I think that the key piece that I think a lot of people are possibly not noticing is the favor cost associated with interacting with the system in any way. So buying new buying items or selling items has a favor cost that goes with it, and that favor cost just vanishes into the system. That's the tax the system takes is the favor cost, and that alone is going to really. I think it's going to make people be mindful of the things that they're selling and buying. I mean, more intentionality there with the things they're selling and buying, and less just like, oh, that's a good deal, buy it. Oh yeah, I can slap these things up, no problem. Just sell all these 50 things. Maybe one of them will sell. Let's just slap these all up, that sort of thing. And like, because that's the type of behavior that bots really thrive with. So there will be, and this I guess this is an example. There will be less opportunity to play the market, so to speak. And that's not that. So I also don't want to cross the streams here. That's not specifically something that we've done to prevent bots. That's helping dissuade bots as a byproduct of that system, not the primary product. Okay, I just rambled forever on that. I'm probably super far behind. I'm sorry. Ever consider a mechanic similar to corruption or double corruption, like in PoE? Yeah, final risk of crafting. Absolutely, we've definitely talked about that. Yes. there are I would say reminiscent elements of that built into legendary crafting. So you're usually in with corruption, you're taking an item and then you're saying, okay, well, here's a set of optional things that it could get. It's gonna pick one of those at random, and then it's gonna finish the item off, and we're gonna be done with it after that. I mean, I could have just been describing crafting items in PoE or legendary crafting in Last Epoch. Couple res shards. Alright, do you guys ever thought about how to utilize the same legendary items? I have 5 of the same legendaries with 0 LP. Can we combine them? Yes, to get 1 LP or something like that. Something like this. So, I think that there is definitely room for a use for unique items with 0 LP. There's a gap where there needs to be a use for unique items with 0 LP, or maybe like a sometimes use, where it's not like you're just picking all of them up in order to throw into the meat grinder and out pumps some craftable item, some crafting item that would just get used or something like that. And we probably don't want to do that. But having select situations where you're like, oh, I really want to build towards this specific thing, and if I pick up these 3 unique items, it'll help me build towards that specific thing, or something like that, I think is really healthy thing for the game that we are missing right now. It's not something that'll be included in 1.0. I don't know exactly what that system's going to look like. I would be shocked, really shocked, if that system was what you've pitched here, because that system's been pitched a lot of times by community members. And the big problem with it is that the relative rarity of legendary potential on an item between 0 and 4 legendary potential on any item is a different relative rarity based on the legendary potential level of that item. What does that mean, Mike? Yeah, sorry, there's a bunch of jumbled up nonsense. If you were going to strictly in an additive sense combine them together to work towards it, let's say for every for every one 4 LP item you found at a 0 LPL item farming at level 100, you got 10 0 LP items. So you got, like, say 10 0 LP items and 1 4 LP items. And you can combine those 10 0 LPs together to get a 4 LP item. Great. You've got like a base ratio for that. That ratio is not 1 to 10 for Wings of Argentus. Okay, it's like 1 to a billion. It's probably more like 1 to a few billions type thing. So it's we can't have 10 0 LP wings equal a 4 LP wings. But maybe we could have 10 0 LP I don't know, Peak of the Mountain. I'm using the infographic that came out recently. There's yeah, like, so we because that ratio is different from item to item, it can't be a fixed thing. Like that. So it would probably, if we were going to consider doing something like that, there'd have to be a different way that we did that than just a straight combine X number of them into one. Like, possibly something along the lines of, and this has also been suggested, it's basically the same thing just with different steps, and we're also not going to do this, but this is what I mean as a solution to that type of problem, is you put an intermediary crafting material down where you say, like, okay, oh my god, I just found something I was looking for that was just sitting on my desk, but it was the same color as the spot, and it blended in perfectly. Oh, it's a little micro SD card reader. Oh my goodness. Sorry. You have a little intermediary crafting material where it's like you can break down uniques into essence of uniques, and the Aurelis takes 100 essences in order to upgrade to 1 LP, and takes 500 essences to upgrade to 2 LP. But Wings of Argentus takes 1,000 essence of LP to upgrade to 1 LP or whatever. You know, like, so you can do something like that to have a different ratio there. We're not planning on directly doing that. Just wanted to talk about it for a while. I should probably answer more questions. Is true offline mode without login coming on 1.0? I believe so. Yes, I think so. It should be. I think it's done already. It just is not fully set up. There's not like sorry. The hard part's done. The flow, the login flow isn't like the UI flow in game engine's not set up, but the actual like back end stuff that needed to happen to make it work is. Oh, it's the wrong term for it. Sorry. Alright, is there even going to be a mechanic like dismemberment with melee weapons, or that frozen enemies will shatter on death? I feel like there's some situations where frozen enemies can shatter on death. Maybe it's just frozen enemies that are cold already or something like that. I would at least at 1.0, no, there will not be something like that. Sorry. How did you decide on what features to have in 1.0? It might be in a complete campaign and a full set of skills. Should be pretty high on such a list, so I would like to know what your thinking was there. I mean, there will be a full set of skills. There will be, like, there'll be tons of skills to play with, and every class will have, like, plenty of tools and lots of awesome stuff. Like, you know, don't mistake that at all. They'll just be like, Mage will have one more than, Mage will have one more. I might have 2 more than Primalist, and Mage will have 1 more than Sentinel, maybe 2 more than Sentinel as well. Like, we're not talking about big differences here. We're talking like there's going to be 1 in Paladin missing, and Mage has an extra 1 in this row. So Mage gets like 1 more than everyone just from this row right here, and 1 of the Paladins are missing, 1 of the Shamans are missing. Rogue's missing 1 from this row, 1 from this row, and 1 from this row. Oh, no, not this row. 1 from each of these rows. Sorry. So, like, Rogue's missing a few. But Rogue's really versatile because there's so many skills in Rogue that play double duty. So there's skills that are in like summon skeleton on necromancers not is really focused towards necromancer, and like there are builds in lich and there are builds in warlock that'll be able to use it, but nowhere near the same extent. So it kind of doesn't really play well with those. But there's things like in, for example, Rogue's base tree, like puncture and flurry and cinder strike that work perfectly well for both rune master for both melee and bow characters in Rogue. So like it'll be good for all three masteries. Um, and so there's a lot more overlap on those base skills for some masteries. So we need less skills to hit the same number of different builds or archetypes that are possible. That doesn't mean that we're not going to keep making skills for those classes. We absolutely are going to keep making skills for those classes, and a new rogue skill will come before a new mage skill. So yeah, I'd say that a full complement of skills will be there. It just won't be the equivalent number of skills for each class. As for the complete campaign, we got to the point where we realized we've got a specific campaign that we want to, like a story we want to tell and a campaign we want to finish. And in order to complete that campaign to that level of polish that we want, and with all the things we want to do with it, like it's just not gonna happen fast enough to do. Like we can't get that built fast enough, and it's just better for the game to launch with an awesome game that we think we have instead of like delaying it an extra year for the campaign. Ugh. Oh, tell me that would go well in social media. Oh my god, we'd get thrown under the bus so fast if we said we're delaying 1.0 a year, because we want the story, we want to finish the story. You know? Love that super fast cast. Feels so good. So good. Oh, the single affix. That's only G6 though. That's still fun though. The single affix exalted I love because it comes with a ton of fortune potential, and just like so many possibilities of whatever you want to do. It's even relevant too. Minion spell damage and minion damage are minion skills. It's even relevant. Cool. Very cool. Some cool stats. I'm just picking them all up because I like them. They're pretty. All right. But how did you decide the features that we want to have 1.0? A lot of it came down to just how much time is this going to take, and how big of an impact is it going to have on the game for 1.0? Like what it's pretty simple math really. Like how much do we want this? How hard is it going to be? And how risky is it to try and do? And like weight each one of those categories, rate each one of those categories, evaluate the function, and pick a line of how far along that curve you want to take things, and just take everything on one side of the line and drop everything on the other side of the line, and evaluate what you've done and make sure it's makes sense and you didn't drop anything super important. Call it a day. I'm oversimplifying things quite a lot, because there's people that like on our team that all day what they're doing is exactly that, but with much more detail, depth, and information and experience. All right, well, with the delay in the release date, can we expect a longer period of testing for new things like the new masteries and factions? Yes. And will those things be released to CT members for testing? Yes. Can there be multiple exiled mages or lost caches within one echo? I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure that's a one per. But please, if someone says that they found more, they probably did, because I am not super confident on that. It's just sort of like I'd be really surprised if we did more than one time. Let's get this. Oh, give me that ice beetle. Okay, more questions. Can you give us an estimation of the level we should reach after we finish the campaign, including the 3 new acts? To be clear, the 3 new acts that are coming post 1.0, not at 1.0. And I don't know. I would assume that there will be some level scale massaging and experience gain massaging that happens when those extra campaign levels arrive. So I wouldn't expect it to just be tacked on to the existing ones. There's a dangerous zone for everyone. Blizzard and Avalanche happening in it. I love the just like the tap flame rush. We did it! Oh, a clever solution. Cleaver girl. Did I forget one? My goodness, I did. Oh, I'm the worst. I heard it earlier and I forgot it. And this one reminded me. Spike! Thank you very much for the resub. 10 months in a row. That is fantastic to see. Keep it up. Good work. Can't wait for February. Me too. Thanks for being around and being awesome. Also, let's go back in time. Okay, Pokey24. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, hangout, and a little more. Kimotos 11 shoes. Welcome back for your 7th month in a row. Broke that half-year barrier. Thank you very much for being here. Glad to have you with us. And in honor of these wonderful people, let's show some cool stuff. So we've been testing out some new lighting systems and shadow systems. This is not a finished version of this, but it's a familiar zone for a lot of people, and just showing some of the new tools we have to work with in these systems. So still tweaks need to be done around specific areas to make sure that they look nice and pop and all that sort of stuff. But here's a little preview of, oh my goodness, it's not. Oh my god! I swear that window was the right size a second ago. Oh my goodness! There we go. Hi, I'm here too. How's it going? There we are. All right. Will there be more random monolith events like Exiled Mages in 1.0? I don't know if there's any specific ones coming for 1.0. There's another event style system that we are working on. I don't know if it's slated for 1.0 or the next patch. I'm sorry. I think it's the next patch. I think it's 1.1. Hi, any plans for an LFG tool in the future? Yes. And why did Chess drop so many quivers? Confirmation bias. Which message is Last Epoch tools replying to? I'm going through chat and can't find it. I'm probably just so far behind. We're just gonna. Oh, this isn't on repeat, is it? Mike. Oh, it is. I set it to loop. Loop, I say, loop. Throwing Mike can never be professional to us. Aw, thanks. I'm currently 12 minutes behind. That's so helpful. Thank you. I genuinely appreciate that. What's your guys' stance on datamiting and the such? You seem to have a pretty good relationship with Dammit, for example. Yeah, there are certain. So okay, it's a my gut feeling on data mining is very mixed. There are some things that it's so awesome for, and I love having it. I love people that are excited enough about our game to be able to do it, that they're taking their own time and doing it, and like doing cool stuff with that information. That's awesome. I love it. The sites that they've made, Last Epoch Tools, Maxroll, Icy Veins, Tunk Lab. I'm sure there's others, and I'm sorry when I'm forgetting them, but like those are the 4 that I use the most, and like I use these tools myself when we're in development. Like I'll be like, oh, what skill was that had this thing? And I'm just like, the search is better there. I'm gonna use that instead and find it. I was looking for something yesterday actually for Falconer implementation. I like couldn't find it in game. I used Last Epoch Tools to find the node on some other tree. It was I was looking. The node I ended up finding was on Summon Scorpion tree. Um, and like because I needed to do a similar design pattern. I'm like, I know I've done this somewhere before, and I can't remember the name of the script that does this. And the script was just named really weird with like a boolean to like flip what it does. So it was like the opposite of what I wanted to do. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, there's fantastic things about data mining. There's the other side of and yes, we do try to keep in touch with everyone that does it as much as possible, and I'm sure there's people that do it that we don't keep in touch with as well. But like, if you're making tools for and you want to talk to us about stuff, you know, we're here. We'll talk to you. And like every once in a while, damn it, will like message me and be like, Mike, there's a bug I found. And I'm like, ah, great, thanks, I'll fix it. And you know, like it's and there was something on Last Epoch Tools recently that was like a mistake or not a mistake. It was something we hadn't added to the game yet. I messaged him. I'm like, this isn't actually in the game yet. As we pull it off the site, great, no problem. And so yeah, we do try our best to help each other out as much as we can. There are some things that I would love to be able to do, and oh my no, look, I didn't forget. Ah, gotcha. Anyways, there are certain things that I would love to be able to do in development that like I just can't do because like the game's data mines so efficiently. And so like that's a little on the like slightly disappointing side, where like in a perfect world that wouldn't be there, you know, be able to like do these things, yada yada yada. Okay, great. Would I trade if I could flip a switch that turned off data mining at this point? Would I? No, I wouldn't. So hopefully that's the most important piece of information for the whole thing. I should have ooh, boots. Give me those boots. Don't even care if they're the wrong ones. Give them to me. I want them. Anyways. Oh! Ow. I might die in here. Oh, these resistances are so nice. Look at them. I never have resistances this good. It's true, though. What was I doing? Another question. I feel like that was the whole data mining question. If you want to know, if you'd like to know more. Oh, I gotta go watch that movie again. See if the wife's seen it. If she hasn't, I know what we're doing tonight. Oh, I can feel it happening. It's okay. It's okay. Can we expect an incoming class specialized in dual wielding, like having dual wielding as an entire skill tree? I'd say the class that is okay. I see what you're saying. Maybe. I think what you're asking is like once we're finished with the core 15, and we're starting adding more classes on top of that, more masteries, more base classes, things like that. Will we see one of those that's even more heavily focused into dual wielding and blade dancers? And that's possible. There are some new masteries and base classes that I've seen pitched that would lend themselves very well to dual wielding. I don't the the first couple that I think will happen won't probably be that, I don't think. But like this is speculation on speculation, so you know. Dump truck assault and all. Hey Mike, I'm a sysadmin. Awesome, and interested to hear what was the biggest challenge you all found when implementing multiplayer from a server infrastructure perspective. Um, I didn't do a ton of that myself, so I'm not the most equipped person to answer it. But from what I heard from like meetings and features that took a while, and features that I like when I was just talking to people on the development of those systems about like what's the hardest thing and where we need to focus the most stuff on is um, like uh, having multiple servers that can send long-term save information out of order. Um, so like a server can be like a server shutting down has to be like people like this is all the information that I collected while they were playing on me. Here you go to the actual like save files and be like there you go. And having that information not conflict with another server saying the same thing because you've like jumped between servers or something, is probably the hardest part I think. Have you guys considered any zero button or low button skill systems being implemented, kind of like Righteous Fire in PoE? Yes, we definitely have. There are some that are pretty low button. There's some very low button builds. I don't know if there's any zero button builds out there right now, but there's definitely some one button builds out there. Definitely. Um, Mostly minion builds, I think, at this point. I have quite limited knowledge with build diversity of recent, but I recall that they didn't really exist the last time I played. At least to my knowledge, Last Epoch was a little bit troublesome for me to play because I couldn't really play much outside of minions. Do you notice issues preventing long-term gaming sessions is the fundamental thing, or is it likely to ever be introduced? I mean, like, there's always Warpath. There's always Warpath, you know? That's funny. Where is it? There it is. Okay, that's better. um, But yeah, so the wrist issues thing, that is part of the reason we do have controller support. And there definitely are like low button, like 0 to, or probably 1 to 2 button builds. There's probably quite a few of them. Most of them are probably minion builds. But I do know there are some that aren't. We do generally try to keep things a little bit like we do like people to be pressing more than one button in most situations for the most part. So it's definitely not an exclusive thing. We don't sit there and go, all right, there's this build that's only pushing one button. How do we force another button into this build? Like that's never been something we've discussed. Yeah. So I just think it's something that if it organically happens, we embrace having a more active playstyle in builds. And yeah, but it's not something that we like try and force really. And we have put nodes to the contrary, and I know people say like just non-block it's the same thing, and yes, it pretty much is. But here you go. Here's this takes a button off your bar effectively, but still lets you use the ability. So like, there are in cases some nodes in trees that do this as well. And like I'm using I should have used the example of the one I'm using right now. So when I use Flame Rush, and it's gonna like as soon as I let go of this, it's gonna use the invocation. There's Blizzard that's happening right there, which is the 3 ice invocation. Of course, I died because I was mucking about trying to explain stuff when I was in the danger zone. Here you go. Yeah, hope that answers that. Wouldn't being able to trade 3 of the same unique to drop the same unique kind of solve the LPL being different problem? Oh, you mean like take 3 of one unique and combine them together and it just re-drops it exactly the same, but I can re-rolls it completely. So you take 3 and it just is a full re-roll, and there's no there's there's no working towards it. Generally, the big thing about having this combining system. So I'll use Diablo 2 runes as an example. Surprise me using Diablo 2. In Diablo 2, you get like 3 L runes. You combine them together, you get an Eld rune. 3 Eld runes go together and get an if eth nef Tiertal Ral Ort Thol Am. You know, like it combines up. I missed one in there. Doesn't matter. So you combine 3 and you get the one above it. You combine 3, you get the one above it. And it's this cumulative building towards where you're like, okay, I just got the next rank. I just got the next rank. I just got the next rank. And you know that you're slowly but surely making it up towards the next thing. Is usually the thing people are trying to get out of a system like that. Having the 3 combined to just redrop the item, yes, that does get around the main problems that I was talking about earlier with it. I think the big problem with doing that is that because wings, like and other items, like even just like prism wraps or like like you get higher LPL items, that it's still it's not going to be a reliable way to get more LP out of it. And I don't necessarily know if so I agree that there's a gap in the usefulness of unique items that are like they drop on the ground. There's a big fanfare about it. There's a giant beam. It's in a special color. Like it's a colored background with white text instead of a black background with a colored text. So there's like a variance there. There's a big beam. There's a sound. There's an icon. Like, oh my god, it's cool. And oh no, it's something you just have no use for whatsoever, and you walk away from it. That feeling sucks. And trying to do something to remedy that's really important. Having the payoff, the thing you get from picking this item up, be a chance at that item being a higher LP, might not be the right payoff for that. There might be something better we could do for that. I'm not saying that there is, and we're decided this or anything like that. I'm just saying that there might be something that's less obvious that ends up being better for the game overall. And I think that's the place I would start to look myself if we were going to be designing the system. Do I just go back in here? Because I'm trying to just push to the edge. Well, I want a shade fight, but I'm not going to get it before the end of the stream. Let's just go over here. I want a Sunbones. Rumble. Another arena, great. It's gonna take even longer. I've got to power through these questions. You know what? Put it on pause, and we're going through these questions. Let's put this up again while I answer, because it's much cooler than looking at me. Character found in online for 1.0. I believe so. Also, are you confident to massively improve loading times in a party when you join Leave Town 1.0? We're putting in a ton of work on that. It's one of, if not the most important thing we're working on right now. It's like the primary problem in our online experience right now, and we're doing everything we can to make it better as much as we can. So it's like it's right up there. It's super important, working hard, because it's not just strictly load times for what you said. That is by far the worst, but it's load times in general as well. So yeah, we're definitely working on that. All right, how does the hit damage variance work? It's Maybe the rest of the question. As in, if I have the exact same stats and I hit an enemy with the same attack twice, 2 hits will have different damage. Yes, okay. So, like, you're attacking, you go to hit, damage that's going in, you have a number that it's going to be every single time it's calculated. There's a slight variance up and down range that it's given, and it's dropped in that number. It's the very last thing that happens. There's no way to scale it or affect it or change it. It's always the same amount of variance no matter what for every single hit, and it just applies at the very last second. Oh my god, there's the raiding party. That was 22 minutes ago. Oh no! Okay, speed mode. Any plans to rebalance vault? No plan. I'm balancing. Who knows? Sorry, I don't have any info on balance. Any chance to add glyph that protects certain affixes with percentage when using a removal rune? Not specifically. If you have a suggestion, please head over to the forums. Why do low rarity items roll with lower fortune potential? Wouldn't it make more sense for normal and magic items to roll with higher fortune potential, so you can turn them into something usable? I understand we did try that for a little bit, and having everything be possibly usable ends up with you seeing a ton of stuff on the ground, and we really didn't want to make forge potential filterable, um, and we figured it was better to have things be a little more swingy in how good they are, and sort of like age out of certain item types was probably going to be better overall. Maybe we were wrong, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to. It is something we're keeping an eye on overall. Why not make inventory slots for items bigger so they have more details, like in D2, and PoE it really gives more feel for when you look at them. Why not give inventory slots for items? So the individual pieces, or like up here. I mean, this is pretty crowded already. I think that's the main thing. We do have the tooltips are getting a little bit of an update with fonts actually. For the previews before 1.0, can we actually use them before 1.0? No. Are you satisfied with the Scorpion's ability Poison Nova because it's not that great compared to the other companions? I really like it. It might not be powerful enough. That's kind of a different question, but I really like it. How powerful it is and how happy I am with the ability are two different questions, though. I don't think there can ever be a reliable way to get LP wings, though, without it either being busted or taking absolute ages. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of the main problem with what I was saying. Has there ever been any discussion about adding an evade, like mini mobility skill, to other classes similar to D4? It feels good. They're like to feel great in LE. Yes, I talked about this at length the last 2, 3, 4 streams. Because I'm so far behind, I'm gonna say, oh my god, I'm not that far behind. Questions were trying up. Wonderful. I'm gonna finish it just like in time. You guys are fantastic. I mean, where weapon armor slot is, why not make them bigger? Oh, like these slots here, like the paper doll. Why not make the paper doll bigger? I think it's just like physical space in this screen. Like, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of information we wanted to pack onto this screen. Is basically all it is. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm referencing the screen. There's yeah. I did it again. I think it's just because there's not a lot of room here. Whoa! Right at the end, I know how to make a mistake, and on that terrible disappointment. Oh, that's one more question. Updated character sheet when? Don't hold your breath anytime soon, but it is coming. I promise. Eventually, it'll happen. Yes, I would have more detailed immersion with you. Yeah. All right. And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. I hope you had a wonderful time. I know I did. I will see you here same time, same place next week. We will be... Oh, my throat is just on fire. We will be hanging out, Discord, Reddit, forums, all sorts of places. Come ask questions. If I missed your question, please head over to the Discord, the Ask Dev channel. I'll be happy to answer it there. I think those are all the things I say at the end usually, isn't it? Who should we go say hi to? Oh, yeah. Sure, here's someone that says they're helping people. I want to go see them help people. Yeah, we'll be back next week. Yeah, everything will be the same next week, basically. I really enjoyed this build. I had a ton of fun. Yeah. See you later, everybody. Have a great time.